Content and language integrated learning (CLIL) is an approach where students learn a subject and a second language at the same time. A science course, for example, can be taught to students in English, and they will not only learn about science, but they will also gain relevant vocabulary and language skills. It's important to note that CLIL is not a means of simplifying content or reteaching something students already know in a new language. CLIL courses should truly integrate the language and content in order to be successful, and success is determined when both the subject matter and language is learned. CLIL can work for students of any age, all the way from primary level to university and beyond. So long as the course content and language aims are designed with the students' needs in mind, there is no limit as to who can benefit from this teaching approach. However, it is most commonly found in primary and secondary school contexts. Many teachers see CLIL as a more natural way to learn a language. When a subject is taught in that language, there is a concrete reason to learn both at the same time, and as students have a real context to learn the language in. They are often more motivated to do so, as they can only get the most of the content if they understand the language around it. CLIL also promotes deeper level of assimilation, as students are repeatedly exposed to similar language and language functions, and they need to produce and recall information in their second language. Furthermore, it has the advantage that multiple subjects can be taught in English, so that students' exposure to the language is increased, meaning their language acquisition is faster. As CLIL is subject-focused, language teachers may also have to develop their own knowledge on new subjects in order to teach them effectively. They must also structure classes carefully so that the students understand the content of the lesson, as well as the language through which the information is being conveyed. It's important to have a strategy in place when applying CLIL in your courses. One of the key things to remember is that the language and subject content are given equal weight, and that it shouldn't be treated as a language class nor a subject class, simply taught in a foreign language. According to COIL's 4-6 curriculum, a successful CLIL class should include the following 4 elements: content, communication, cognition development, and cultural exposure. Using a number of frameworks can help to prepare your lessons and make sure activities are challenging yet achievable for your learners. Bloom's taxonomy, for example, classifies learning objectives in education and puts skills in a hierarchy, from lower order thinking skills, lots, to higher order thinking skills, HOTS. In this diagram, you can see the levels increasing in complexity from the base to the top triangles peak. The framework shows how different tasks relate to different levels of assimilation. It's fairly intuitive, but applying this information to your lesson preparation is not always so straightforward. The following chart shows you how different verbs can correlate to the different stages in the taxonomy, allowing you to formulate questions and design activities that develop your CLIL classes in a logical way. Students can benefit from a CLIL approach. It has been used with all ages and ability levels. However, that doesn't mean that every student will be successful in a CLIL class, any more than every student is successful in any class. But the factors limiting a student's success are not tied to the CLIL approach. For teachers, CLIL courses can take time and energy to prepare and carry out. A good CLIL teacher is someone who is committed to the approach and is hardworking, dedicated, and passionate about his or her students. While almost any subject can be taught through a CLIL approach, the most suited are the ones that involve student cooperation and have a cultural aspect to them. Some examples are the social science, the arts, many trades, and some science such as biology and chemistry. One study found that math and physics were less suited to a CLIL approach because of their technical nature.